Sinking. Done.
You come out here with this whole like vocal like beautification.
Don't act like you were not in choir.
Okay, I mean I was, but it's fine.
You
Anyway.
were.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Double Distraction Podcast, our first episode. I am so excited, I can't even tell you. I'm also very nervous because I have never had my voice recorded before, so this is fun. But
and they can't see you, but you're sitting so erect right now. Relax.
Okay, I will relax. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I tried to lean back a little bit, but it's not working. Anyway, I'm very excited. First episode. Do you want to give them a little background, I guess?
Who are you?
Who am I? Oh, yeah, I'm Shannon.
I'm Ceara.
Basically, yeah, I'm just Shannon. I don't really know what else to say about myself, you know? My name. That's it. That's all you need to know. You'll get to know us. You'll get to know us a lot in this episode because we're gonna do a little speed dating situation. You know, just since it's first episode, get a little background and knowledge. But let's talk about how this podcast even came to be because I think it's pretty funny. Not funny, but interesting.
It was poignant.
Very random.
And it's very important that we do this because we have too much energy to not do it.
Yeah, I have too many thoughts, way too much energy. It's like I have candy every second of my life. I don't know how I function. But, so basically, for me at least, because I was the one who came to Ceara, but I believe we had talked about podcasts a few times. Prior.
Probably.
But it was always something I thought would be really cool, like doing a podcast. But I never knew what it would be about, and I never knew who I would do it with, because I was like, there's no way I can do a podcast all on my lonesome, you know? I need someone... It would
still be fun.
I feel like it would be fun, but I need somebody to bounce ideas off of, you know?
I get it.
Anyway, so one day I was sitting in class because I'm a grad student at USF. But
Rub it in our faces.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I am currently still in college. Wow.
Debt for life.
In debt, literally for life. But we'll talk about that in another episode because that is a whole depressing
That's like 70
story.
Episodes.
That's like, 70 episodes worth of depression. But, anyway, I was sitting in one of my classes, not really paying attention to the professor. Sorry, Dr. Ramirez, but I was not really paying attention, and this epiphany just came to me, and I'm like, oh my god, every time me and Ceara get together, it's basically a podcast, because we talk about random topics, we just kind of go on rants for hours and hours. Our friendship is literally the kind of friendship that you hang out from like 8 a.m. to like 11 p.m. and then the next 8 a.m. you just have a little sleepover, you wake up in the morning and do it all over again. So
I brought my lunchbox today.
Yeah, she literally, we're recording right now, she brought her lunch and she brought her dinner
and I have snacks
to my apartment, and she has snacks. And also, one of my roommates brought candy, so we are...
I'm keto. No candy for me.
Right, you are keto. I can't give up candy.
Sadly, because this bowl of Snickers is making me jealous.
I can hide it away for you if you would like.
No, I should suffer.
Okay. Well, anyway, so that's kind of how the idea came about. And then I came to her and I was like, hey... want to do a podcast?
And I said, what the fuck are we waiting for? What have we been doing all our lives?
What have we
only do branding for every brand under the sun every day for school.
Yeah.
So why not for ourselves for fun?
Yeah, exactly. And the premise behind it is like, you know, a little distraction from the stress of every day. I wasn't feeling creatively juiced up. Like I needed something to keep my mind, because I was kind of feeling like the mundane flow of like, okay, I'm just doing the same thing every day, and I wanted something different.
And I always have fucking free time because I'm not in grad school, but fingers crossed I'll get there. Well, hopefully that'll be a great episode if I actually get in. That will be a great episode. It wouldn't be good because I'd just be crying, just sobbing for 30 minutes. Like, I did it. Or I didn't do it. We'll see. Who knows?
So yeah, that's kind of what we're about. I feel like it'll develop as the episodes go on. But, just some gals hanging out, having fun.
I don't know if you know this, but calling girls gals is sexist.
Oh, right, you did tell me that.
I don't think that we had a professor who said that.
I'm sorry to all the
girls and gals
all the girls and gals and women out
all
there,
the people
that are offended by my use
just
of the word
just
gals.
our professor who's like, that's sexist. he's a full grown man. He's like, that's sexist to women. Unless I don't know if you know that.
It's like,
talking to a class full of just girls. He's like, that's
okay.
sexist.
Yes, please mansplain sexism to me.
Why didn't we say that? We should have said that to him.
We should have said that.
But anyway, you want to jump into these questions? I'm so excited.
Sure.
In the beginning, we couldn't figure out what we wanted to do for the first episode. So we were like, we had a bunch of ideas and we were like, how should we start? I was like, wait, it's my dream to be on Ellen. Why don't we ask each other questions?
It's my dream.
Like it's Ellen DeGeneres, even though she wouldn't give two flying fucks what the hell we got to say. But unless we dance, should we do a dance video and be like, Ellen, call on us?
That. Yeah.
And she'd be
just
like,
do a little flash mob.
She'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
She'd be like, wait, who are you again?
I'm good.
She would just critique our dance moves like, you know what? Honestly, the little 2-year-old I had on last week had a much better.
I'm like, you know what, Ellen DeGeneres? You're right.
Oh my god.
But anyway, yeah, so I decided to go ahead and like look for questions so we could do speed dating, which is funny that you didn't do it because normally Shannon's the one who's like, all right, I have an idea for an event. We're going to put questions in a bowl.
Oh my god, yeah.
And before we begin, you got to do a flip and then answer the question.
I am definitely that girl that, the fishbowl with the questions in
You're like,
it is like
I wrote questions on a ball. Catch it, you son of a bitch. And guess what? That right thumb, that's the question you're going to answer.
My classic party move is a fishbowl of questions.
Yeah, we found some questions and we threw them up here. Hopefully they're good questions, but we vetted them.
I think they're interesting,
Yeah, for the most part. And it's a good way, for you guys to get to know us. And if you guys want to answer some of these questions wherever you're listening to this, feel free.
In the comments, pick your favorite question and just like answer it.
Also follow us on Instagram.
Oh,
Double Distraction Pod. But
how do we do?
It's double.distraction.pod.
No dot.
No dot after that. Just 2 dots.
No dot.
Follow us. And if you're listening, take a photo, show us where you're listening, and we'll put you on our story.
Yes. Yeah. Post it on your Instagram stories, and then I will go through, or Ceara will go through, and we'll share.
I'm not going through.
Okay,
I'll look at the people, but I
will repost onto our Instagram stories because I think that would be so cool to see, where everybody's at and what they're doing.
Are you going to go first?
Oh yeah. Do you want me to ask the first question?
Then that means I got to answer it.
So do you want me to answer first?
I'll answer first. Go ahead.
Okay, so our first question, which is so typical of us, I don't know how. Anyway, our first question: what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
My favorite ice cream flavor. I have quite a few, and it's been oscillating because I discovered nut ice creams.
What?
Ugh, I hate the fact that I just said
creams.
Yeah, I like pecan. I like pistachio. Yes. But right now, I think my favorite. First of all, cookies and cream every day. But right now, I'm really into dulce de leche.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
that's like the Haagen-Dazs dulce de leche that we.
So I had it the other day. Girl, but I was like, I have to have it one last time before I go strict keto.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's okay. Yes, I agree with you. That is one of the best flavors. My favorite flavor. I also recently discovered my love for butter pecan
so good.
Ice cream. Although I don't know if it's my favorite. Cake batter has been a constant favorite. Cookie dough ice cream always has to be a favorite. But the ultimate favorite is the combination of the two at Cold Stone Creamery.
Creamery.
Hashtag Cold Stone, hashtag please sponsor us because I am such a diehard fan of that brand, that company. Oh my god. Mix the cake batter ice cream with cookie dough as your like free topping thing. And also recently discovered that if you put the yellow cake topping in it, which thank you to Ceara.
Thank you to that random woman in a Cold Stone yelling at her 2 children.
Like, put the Put the yellow ice cream in there.
Just put the yellow cake in it. She's like, Matthew, you're making me upset. I was like, Matthew's 3 years old.
So that is a new discovery as well. Mix all those three together and you have probably the most perfect ice cream on this planet.
Number 2, I love asking you this question because I know the answer. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Absolutely not a morning person. I am a night owl through and through. I cannot wake up on a normal day. Like, waking up is just the bane of my existence. Not because I don't want to live my life, but because I just want to stay in bed and be comfy. And honestly, my bed in my apartment right now is like the most comfortable bed I've ever slept on.
You broke it in?
Yeah, I broke it in. It's all comfy now, and it's so hard to get out of bed.
Well, yeah. I'm the opposite. I'm a morning person. I was so upset yesterday because I woke up early and I was like, I'm going to be so productive. And I like when I open my eyes and the sun is shining through my window. There was no fucking sun. It's raining. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now?
Oh my god.
I'm just supposed to pull productivity out of my ass? I was like, no, I need the sun.
I need the sun. I literally have my blinds like closed.
you have like a curtain and then you put up like boards to cover it up.
Oh my god. Boards, the curtains, everything. I don't want any ray of sunshine coming in until my body is ready to wake up.
I wish I could. I was about to say, I wish I could live in like one of those homes where like the ceiling is a window. Never mind. Change my mind.
Literally, it would rain and then it would break.
Not only would it break, but like birds would watch you, and I'd be like, "What is this Edgar Allan Poe lifestyle?"
No, they would just shit on the ceiling, and then all you would see is bird shit.
That'd piss me off. That would definitely piss me off.
Oh my god! And then when it rains, the glass would come crashing down onto you.
No, that would suck.
Oh, that would be awful.
Oh my god! Next question. That's you.
Yeah. What? Oh, I actually really like this question, and I'm curious to hear your answer. So, what's the best way to get to know who somebody really is, truly?
Well, you know, my style is I sit down with them, stare at them intently, don't break eye contact, and I go, "What makes you cry?" And then, based on their answer, and then I'm like, "All right, thank you. I've got everything I need to know." And I'm like, "Your favorite color is purple. You were born in December. Your father died. Your mother is a widow." And they're like, why are you like this?
Yeah, everybody's like, why are you so creepy?
And I'm like, because I need to know everything about you before I even met you. I met you yesterday. You didn't even know.
Yeah, and I do remember when we first met. Didn't you tell me you're like, I looked at your Instagram or something like that? I went through your Instagram and I
did, but we also had somebody else in our group who I looked up and I was like, I saw your writing. And her father had just her father had just passed away, and I was like, "Oh, should I bring that up?" I was like, "Don't bring it up."
No, you should absolutely never. Note to all of our listeners: never bring up a parent's passing when you first meet somebody.
Well, it explained why she was so crazy.
It explains
but what's your answer?
I think the best way to get to know someone is see what music that they listen to. Like,
that's a good one.
Really try and see like what their music vibe is, because I think that tells a lot about somebody and like who they truly are.
But what happens if they only listen to like, what if they're like a buff guy who only listens to like old school Hannah Montana? What does that mean?
I don't know. That he is
secretly
he's a tough guy. No, he's a tough guy on the exterior, but inside he's really kind of nice and mushy.
Could you imagine like a guy just like lifting, if we were a movie?
I'd be the...
Wait, why are you the right guy? I'd be the right guy. Oh my god.
Oh my god, yeah. But I think listening to somebody's music taste tells you a lot about them. Even if there's someone who's like, I don't have a genre.
I don't.
Which I don't have a genre either.
You're like, I don't like those people.
There's always, it's not that I don't like them. It's just that there's always one that you gravitate towards more.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
People go through like phases.
Like you can enjoy all types of music, but there's always the one genre that you listen to more than the others, even if you don't realize it. So I think that's the best way to get to know somebody. That's a really good answer to that.
Next question. When do you feel most out of place?
Oh my god, you're switching it up on me. When do you feel most out of place? I feel most out of place, honestly, in Spanish bakeries.
So like specific.
It's such a niche like thing, but in Spanish bakeries, because I'm Cuban. Ceara knows this, but I am Cuban by birth. I'm Cuban.
They dipped me into the Cuban water, and now I'm Cuban.
I can understand everything. Like, I'm one of those typical, like, I can understand everything, I just can't speak. Like, that's me. And if I'm around people I'm comfortable with, I can speak Spanish and I feel less nervous and I'm better at it. I still sound really white, probably, but in situations where I'm around people I don't know or that I'm not comfortable around, I get so anxious and I just can't function. And I feel like I'm going to be judged because,
and they will judge you.
Like, if you don't know how to speak Spanish, you're not, like, Hispanic enough.
Yeah.
Is the classic thing I get told all the time by a multitude of people. But, so when I'm in a Spanish bakery, I am like,
so you feel out of place.
It is like the ultimate, I don't know any of these people, I need to order my food, I'm not gonna know how to say it, and they're gonna judge me and be like, really? You're gonna come in here pretending that you're Spanish? You're gonna come in here and make us think you're Hispanic? Which, I don't look Hispanic, by the way, for those of you who don't know what I look like. I am definitely white passing, for sure.
Dead.
I don't look even a lick of Hispanic.
I just realized I skipped a question. Why didn't you stop me?
That's why I said,
you did.
You're
switching it up.
on me.
Sorry. Okay, well, I'll answer it and then we can go back. When do you feel most out of place?
Bakeries.
You Spanish bakeries? For me, I feel most out of place specifically in the music building on campus because I study music, I love music, and I always like to go play piano over there. But for some reason, the second I'm near the building, I'm like, they know. They know I'm not a student here. They're gonna say something, and then like if one person so much as like coughs, I'm like, I just start running. I'm like, ah!
They know I haven't taken the undergrad choir class.
I didn't, and it makes me nervous.
Okay.
All right, next one.
But you definitely deserve to be there.
I don't deserve anything. I should just walk into the building and do what I'm supposed to do.
Just live your life. It's truly fine. Okay. Ask me. Or is it my turn to ask
you? You can ask that one.
Ooh, okay. So, among your friends, what are you best known for? Which I have absolutely no idea. I'm not the type that's like, what do you think of me?
Well, then I'll answer for you and you can answer for me. For you, to me, you're best known for being the person, like I already said, you're like, I came up with a game so we can get to know each other. You're also the person, you're like, that's how I met you. You were like, I can make a group me. We're bringing everybody together. Sure you're like, we all need to be on the same page. So give me your fucking number now.
Let me just organize everything. Yeah,
that's also how we know you. You're the one who has all the cool fucking, what do you call those, like planners, and then you have the highlights and the stickers.
Oh my god!
And then you'll do like half of it. You're like, and I'm like, oh, how's it go? You're like, oh, I quit.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm done with that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Wow, that's interesting. I'm the
planner.
Gatherer.
Yeah, planner gatherer.
I'm like a mother. I just gather and
is that what you
nurture.
Yes.
I don't know. For you, I feel like, for me anyway, you are the ultimate, like, logical, like, if you need advice, like, go to you kind of person, because, like, you will be direct, you know? Like, direct not in a mean way, but just a direct, like, this is just how it is. I'll be honest with you because I am your friend and I care about you. So for me, that's kind of also, sorry, there's like so many things. You have a very multifaceted like personality.
I love to hear that. That's excellent.
I love being multifaceted.
I have to be.
You are the researcher. If there's anything we need to know information about, hey Ceara,
I knew it yesterday. Whatever it was, I knew it yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. You're the researcher. You are the perfect advice giver, in my opinion.
Which I disagree. I still don't know why people listen to me.
I literally listen to everything you say. I'm like, yes, Ceara.
And I'm like, am I making any sense? And you're like, I thought about what you said 2 days ago. I'm like, what did I say?
I thought about what you said, and here we are. So yeah, the researcher. You're also just very fun. I mean, for me.
That's
very fun to be around. We always listen. Every time we hang out, how much do we laugh? The majority of what we're doing is laughter. I don't like to do
anything where I'm not laughing. Okay. My mom yells at me.
And food. There has to be food at every gathering.
Are we having snacks right now? Are we taking a break from the podcast?
Are we taking a break?
Snack break, everybody.
Okay. Next
question. That's me.
For you.
What is the most embarrassing thing that happened to you in school? Ooh, I know mine.
The most embarrassing thing that happened to me in school. Oh my god. Honestly, I feel like there are so many things. Oh no, I just thought of it. Okay. So when I was younger, I was the kid that like would hold like that wouldn't go to the bathroom. I would just hold it for like obscene amounts of time, which is so embarrassing. Like I was definitely that kid that would just like hold it and like sit down and like not move because I was like I cannot go to the bathroom right now.
Why?
I really don't know
You were
why.
missing out on the fun?
I
That's
don't
why I
know.
didn't go.
Honestly, I think a lot of it was like the anxiety of like having to walk back in the room and like everybody looking at you.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, very deep reasons.
Well,
Me as an elementary school student, what are people gonna think of me when I walk back in the room? Anyway, sorry, long story long. I would always
it took me a second. I was like, what?
I would always hold my pee, like I wouldn't go to the bathroom. And one day, it just really like was not in my favor because I ended up
You released.
I ended up having an accident in school.
A true accident.
A true accident. That was entirely my fault. And it was like coincidentally I had an extra pair of pants that day. I don't know why.
What?
I can't remember
Prepared,
the reason.
like I said.
Yeah, I can't remember the reason why, but I had an extra pair of pants and I like ran to the bathroom and like I had to change and then the teacher came in and she was like knocking on the stall. She was like, "Are you okay, sweetie?" And I was
so
crying.
nice.
I was crying in the stall and I was like, "I'm fine. Just leave me alone."
Oh my god.
Because I was so embarrassed. It was like mortifying.
Dang.
So that was fun. That was probably the most. I mean, there are other embarrassing things, but we'll just end
I have
with
an
that
endless list. You saying the stall reminded me of a different story. That's not the one I'm going to choose to tell today. What's my most embarrassing? Oh, I know it. When I was, like I said, I love music class. It's my favorite class, always has been. And that was, we would do it on Wednesday, I think, in elementary school. And should I say her name? The professor, the lady, she was my favorite teacher. She loved me because I listened and I used to kill it on the recorder, man. But one day, she was giving instructions for the day, and
You're already laughing.
I farted so loudly that everybody, like, it was like a movie where everybody's heads, like dominoes, just turned and looked at me, and I, like an idiot, turned and looked at the kid behind me. Yeah. And I was like, Tomas. And he was like, He's like, nope, nope. And then
he's like, "You're not putting this on me, girl. I heard it from your corner."
Yes. The teacher stopped and was like, well, the person who did that, say excuse me so we can continue. I didn't say shit. And then she walked away, and she was
so angry that nobody said excuse me.
I don't know. My face was so red. And I was like, I don't understand how it ruined my life, because I thought about it every day for a long time. I was like, she hates me. I can never fart again. That's probably why I have a farting fear today. I don't fart. I don't do any of that. I hate it. Dang.
Why were both of our stories bodily function related?
Well, because they tell us not to do it, and then if it happens, I'm like, what do I do? Like, what do I do? 9-year-old you, I'm mortified. I can never show my face again.
Let me pull out my dictionary to describe how I'm feeling.
Mortified,
distraught.
Dang, you came up with another one so quickly. I couldn't even think of one.
Ooh, and usually I am not the English girl, but
the
here we
English
are.
Girl.
Next question. Let's keep it moving.
Is it
me? We can't even. We're so invested. We can't even. What's the first text you sent today?
Yeah, the first text I sent? Jesus.
Mine, I already know what it is, and it is the most
Does it count
ridiculous.
If it was like at midnight? Does that count as like the new day?
I guess. Or did you send one when you woke up this morning?
I rarely ever text in the morning. I think I texted you.
Oh.
What did I send you?
I don't know. The first thing you sent me was like
a photo of my bag, of my lunchbox, my keys, my full backpack, and water bottle. And I was like, I'm getting ready to see you. I packed lunch and dinner.
Literally. And then she got here. I'm like, you look like you're ready for school.
I was like, I feel ready for school.
Oh my God. I, mine is like the most, like, anyway. It's so cute because I'm a hopeless romantic. But anyway, the first text I sent this morning was to my boyfriend.
Cute.
On X. Or I don't know if I should say his name, but anyway, I think it's fine. And basically, I was just like, "Buenos dias, mi amor." I just woke up, and then I said like, "I love you, and I wish you all the luck today because he's going to school to be a firefighter or whatever. He's doing his EMT course, and he's doing clinicals today. It's like a 10-hour shift at like a hospital or whatever. And basically, so I just sent him that because." And then I said more, but that was the official first text that I sent.
Love that.
And I am a hopeless romantic, so I die for all of that shit. I'm like, yes, give me all the love. Give me all the love and affection. So yeah.
Yeah, mine wasn't, I wish I had a cute one. I guess, wait, let me read my cute one to my father.
To my father.
And I said, "Hey, Daddy, it's raining over here, so I don't know if you guys are going to get rain too, but are you free to call tomorrow?" And this man didn't text me for 2 days. So,
okay. So he said, "Love you."
Nothing.
You.
We're still waiting.
Oh my god. But yeah, that was my first text.
Cute.
Shout out to my boyfriend.
Shout out. Am I doing the next one? Oh my god, I can't keep up.
Yeah, go for it.
What do you like to eat to cheer yourself up?
Obvious
ice
answer.
cream.
Ice cream.
Gotta have it.
Ice cream and large serving of fries.
Which I don't understand. Why?
They're just so good. Fries with salt. Oh my god, salty fries.
Ew.
Obviously, fast food wise, McDonald's has the best fries. We're not going to even debate that. I know you love Burger King.
First of all, Burger King, Checkers, Wendy's, never been to Checkers. They all have better fries than McDonald's.
I don't know what it is about McDonald's fries. It's like the long, they're all so long and thin.
Yeah, shoestring. I told you I don't like shoestring fries, whereas Burger King has like steak fries.
I just love eating them, and I just feel all of the like fat and
oh my god,
disgustingness going into my body, I guess.
No. What do you like to eat?
So ice cream and fries.
Yeah, normally ice cream for me.
When I wasn't vegetarian, probably what was I gonna say? Burgers. I like burgers.
Same.
But if I'm really like in a depressive state, then ice cream. And fries.
We're talking depressed? Then yeah.
To make you to cheer yourself up.
Yeah, I normally order wings from Papa John's and then I get ice cream.
Oh my god, those cheese sticks from Papa John's. Side note, so good. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Dead.
So yeah, definitely ice cream and fries to cheer myself up. What? Who are your kind of people is the next question.
Who are your kind of people?
Yeah, that's actually a kind of hard question because I don't know.
Well, I mean, I know my kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta be fucking weird to the max.
Weird to the max.
My biggest pet peeve, not really my biggest, but I don't like when people don't go along with things. Mm-hmm. Like if something falls and I'm like, oh my god, I'm such an idiot, and I would expect you to be like, Butterfingers, what are you up to?
Yeah.
But people are like, no, it's okay. I'm like,
you're not an idiot. Don't put yourself down.
I'm like, what? I'm like, clearly, just go with the thing.
I'm like, did you not hear my voice? I was joking.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, if I have to stop and be like, I was kidding. I don't like those kind of people. They're nice, but I'm like, I don't want to.
So you like people that go along with?
Yeah, I like people who are just fun, like silly.
Mm-hmm. I also like silly people. I feel like I like people who are serious and have like goals in life.
That was such a 180.
I like multifaceted people. So like people who have their goals and they have like actual ambition, like they want to do something with their life, but they can also be silly and like not give a fuck and like just
I'll piggyback off of that then.
And just go wild, like have some fun, go out if they want to go out. I'm a fun-loving person, but I also am very like analytical, like intellectual, I would say, which I'm not trying to like hype myself up, but I definitely like people who have.
We agree with you. We think you're also I don't even remember what you said.
We also think you're an intellectual. Yeah.
Oh, you're so smart.
Okay, I don't know, but so I think those are my kind of people. Just
same. I would agree.
People who can do
wants
both.
to be with somebody who can only do one?
Yeah,
because you gotta turn it off at some point. I'm not gonna like. Okay, I've had enough silly for today. We got shit to do.
I've had enough silly.
And turn it off.
Because I feel like even when I am being more serious, I'm still silly. Like I never have. I always have some like background tone of like this could turn silly at any moment. You know what I'm saying?
Is that how you operate in life?
Yeah, I guess. Oh, okay. Like this is we're getting business done, but at any moment somebody could crack a joke and it'll be all over. Like I don't know. So yeah.
Nice. Well.
What
is it me? Am I supposed to be answering or asking?
I don't know.
Next question. What's your sign? So astrological sign.
My sign. I'm curious what people would guess what my sign would be. So if you want to guess, go ahead and comment, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
Wait. Before I knew you, I would have guessed Pisces for you. Because you just seem very, like, emotional.
I don't know. That's one of the ones I don't know a lot about.
They're, like, emo. But, like, in a cute way.
Emo in a cute way. Okay.
Yeah, they're normally, like...
I feel like I have Pisces somewhere in my birth chart. I looked it up, like, ages ago. It might be my...
moon
not
sign
my
or
moon.
whatever.
I don't know.
know.
It might be my rising
so wait,
Jupiter.
What's
something? Which, listen, no hate towards the astrology community. I am 100% invested in it. I just don't. I'm not well informed in all of the facets of it. But my actual sign is Virgo.
Ugh.
I feel that I am a telltale Virgo. Like I think I pretty much follow all of their prerequisites of being a Virgo. But there's definitely, I forget what it is. It has to be Pisces or something else is in my birth chart. If you guys want to have like a full astrology episode, let us know and we will go in depth.
I'm ready.
We'll do our birth charts.
I was ready 5 days ago.
We'll read it. We will...
You want me to call my mom? Ask her what time I was born? Just kidding. I know. 8:45 a.m. Just kidding.
3:36 p.m. Bam. Hey. Like, already done.
My sign.
Or was it a.m.? No, it was p.m.
I don't like telling people my sign because then they judge me. Because I'm the worst of the signs. Everybody shits on my sign. They already know. And if you said Gemini, you're right. But I'm such a Gemini, but the positive version, because a lot of Geminis are known for being two-faced. But I'm like, I would like to think
you're definitely not.
I think I'm a social chameleon, and that is where people get confused. They're like, they don't really know what I like because I just do what they like to do. But I like everything.
Like, you would never do something you would hate doing, but you kind of mold yourself to the group of people that you're with.
And I'm like, why wouldn't I make other people happy? That. Whereas other people are like, Geminis only look out for themselves and they're two-faced. So they'll act like they're your friends and then they won't be. I'm like, or you pissed me off and I just left and now I'm not your friend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're definitely that,
too.
100%. If somebody... Yes. You're definitely the girl who will, like, drop people and not feel...
Listen, it's a fun hobby. It's great.
It's a fun hobby. Just dropping people. Anyway.
Next.
That's a whole other lane of conversation. But, what... Oh, I love this question. What movie... I love this question for no reason, by the way. But what movie can you watch over and over without ever getting tired of it?
For me, I normally... It depends. If I feel like watching an action movie, I normally watch Winter Soldier because that's my favorite movie of all time. Or just in general, when I'm sad or happy or whatever, I watch Friends with Benefits just because I love Mila Kunis so much. Her and Justin Timberlake in that movie. I'm like, if I could find a guy who was like just that sort of like interaction, I'm like, we're getting married. It's fine. I don't even believe in marriage, but I was like, it's happening.
It's happening. I have 3.
You have 3
answers? I have 3 answers. I already know what they are. Beauty and the Beast, the new live action version.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh my god.
I don't like Emma Stone.
Is that so...
Right? No, not Emma Stone. Emma, the other one.
Watson?
Yeah, I don't like her.
Yeah. Listen, she's not like my favorite actress, but I definitely have a soft spot for her just because of Harry Potter. But, the new live action Beauty and the Beast. I'm a crazy person, and I had that movie on repeat for 2 days straight.
I mean,
genuinely on repeat, only because I wanted to listen to the music. Like after three times in,
Evermore is in that, right? Josh Groban.
Yeah,
that's such an incredible song.
I love that song. That song is probably a majority of the reason why I love that movie so much.
Me too. I haven't seen it, but I listened to the soundtrack.
I genuinely could have just gone to Spotify and like played the
playlist
on repeat, but I decided to watch the movie on repeat. Second one, Pride and Prejudice.
What?
The most recent version of it. There's 2 movie renditions of it.
Is there one with Keira Knightley?
Yes.
Is that the one you like?
Yes.
I think my mom likes that movie. I don't understand it.
Again, I'm a hopeless romantic.
Okay, then I gotta watch it again.
I die for that movie. Oh my god.
I gotta give it a watch.
It's like, oh my god, that scene, if you haven't watched the movie, I'm sorry, but that scene where she like runs in the rain under like the overhang and he comes and like proposes to her and she's like, why would you propose? Oh my god.
Is that the scene where she is a meme where it's like, run? Dun, 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 dun.
Probably. I haven't seen that meme, but probably. Oh my god. All-time favorite romance movie. And then my third is P.S. I Love You.
Which I don't want to cry.
Which is my other favorite. It's a very close tie between P.S. I Love You and Pride and Prejudice for my favorite romances. But P.S. I Love You, I love it because of the actor, because he is so attractive, and he is an Irishman.
Who is it?
Oh my god, I'm so bad with names.
I would like to know.
Let me look it up. So anyway, I love it because of him, and I love it because of the setting of the movie, because it's like in Ireland and Scotland. Well, no, sorry, I'm getting my countries mixed up. It's in Scotland. The actor is Gerard Butler. Oh, the guy from Phantom of the Opera.
No.
The movie. And no. He was Phantom of the Opera.
Wasn't it?
Opera. What am I saying?
Wasn't it Antonio Banderas?
Antonio Banderas was in
Phantom of the Opera.
No.
Yes.
No. Literally look it up. It's Gerard Butler.
What?
Yes.
I'll look it up later.
That was like his first. That was his like first. I watched one of those like GQ videos of like when he went through all his acting things. Anyway, so because I love him, he is like such an attractive Irish man.
No.
Oh my god, yes, he is.
I mean, he was in 300. Was it that or Gladiator?
Yeah, he was in 300.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. This is Sparta!
And I was like...
That was him.
10-year-old me drooling. I was like, why does he have so many abs? What secrets are he hiding it? What secrets are? Moving past it. Go past it.
What secrets
What are the secrets? He is...
English, do you speak it?
I do not. Did I answer the question? Yes, I did.
Yes,
you answered it as well.
Okay.
Who is your
my turn, I guess. Or your turn. It doesn't even matter at this point.
Or most interesting teacher?
I have a perfect answer.
Then you gotta go, because I don't have
a perfect answer. Okay. If anyone from my middle school is listening, which you probably are not, but if you are, don't. No, I'm just kidding. If you are listening, they'll know who I'm talking about. But in middle school, Lopakon, New Jersey.
I don't even know how to...
Not that matters to the story at all, but that's where I grew up. One of my I think it was like the 6th grade math teacher, the 6th grade science teacher, or 7th grade science teacher, and and there was this like other lady that I never really knew where her job was, but she was there, and I think she was a teacher. I don't know. They had a band together.
What?
These three teachers.
They had a teacher
had a band together, and it was about math.
No.
And
talking about the quadratic formula.
Literally, there was a song about calculators. Calculator, right now.
That's not a band. That's a cover band.
It was a cover band, okay, and they would take like old songs, like Beatles songs and things, and then they would change the lyrics to be like related to math, and they would perform at like all our like school fairs, like everything. In math class, he would play the songs to like help us like know what the fuck is going on. Ooh, That is my most interesting teachers.
How am I
so
supposed
a
to
few
top
teachers.
that?
I don't know, but listen, shout out to Lopakon, shout out to Mr. Hank, because that was the main vocalist was Mr. Hank, and I forget
Mr.
all the
Hank?
other teachers' names.
Was his last name Hank?
Yeah. I
What?
think
That's not
Mr.
a
Hank.
last
I
name.
don't, or maybe it was his first name. I don't know.
Maybe it's
We just all called him Mr. Hank. It could have
craziest, most
been
interesting
not
teacher.
even a real name.
I don't have like a real answer, but I had this art teacher in middle school who was very clearly on drugs. Like her hair was always disheveled, and she would she just would. Her gestures were so shaky and weird.
Mm-hmm.
And
like a certain president of a university that we know.
A certain
former president of a university.
I don't even want to get. That's propaganda you're spreading. I love that woman.
She was great.
Was she?
She was great.
I don't know. But this teacher, she was so weird. She would do this thing that this is how I knew she was on drugs, and we would be drawing in class because she'd yell at us. She's like, "Draw the apple right," and I'm like, "It's a fucking circle. How much righter can I make this fucking apple?"
There is a right and wrong.
Yeah, because you got to do the shading. But I was also like 14, and I was like, "I got things going on, ma'am.
I have things happening."
I was definitely not 14.
You don't even understand.
I was like 12. But she would be like, we'd be drawing, it's quiet, and she goes, "Stop talking." And we were all like full stop, look at each other, we're like, who is breathing loud enough for her to hear? Because none of us were speaking at all. And then she would just like go get like paints and stuff from the back, and she would just bend down on the ground, like squat, and just her ass crack would be out the entire time. Like, and I know you feel the breeze.
No, I know.
We are children. Why are you exposing us to this treatment? I didn't like her. She was crazy. Something's not right.
She sounds crazy.
I feel like she had cocaine in the kiln. Cocaine in the kiln.
Cocaine in the kiln.
Is that a Goosebump book?
I don't know.
Hello.
A new
Goosebump, contact us. I got titles for you.
Another sponsor.
Another sponsor.
Anyway.
Yeah, I forgot about that lady. But anyway, moving on.
Okay, I'll ask you this because I feel like you're gonna have so many good answers. What makes your eyes roll every time you hear it?
What makes you roll your eyes?
Sorry. What makes you roll your eyes?
Oh my god, so many things. First of all, I used to go to school with this girl who's super fucking smart. Good for her. But she would be like, actually, and every fucking time she spoke to me, I'm like, I will wring your neck right now. And the only thing stopping me is that you're so cute that I don't want to hurt you.
Your face is so tiny. And
you are so small that I would kill you. But that makes me roll my eyes is when people are like, actually, I'm like,
actually, this is the way that it is, and
I'm
you're fucking
there's
stupid.
A way to
and I'm
share
like,
your knowledge in a non-fucking, what's that word? Not conceited.
Condescending.
Condescending. Mm-hmm. Thank you. What's going on with me? You're stealing my powers.
I'm sorry.
Fucking Ursula the Sea Witch got my voice.
Okay,
that makes me roll my eyes when people correct people in a rude way. Most importantly, I guess, I don't like when people are rude to other people. I don't like when people go to the restaurants and are rude to anybody. The person who held the door for you, the waiter, the person who rings you up, whoever. I don't care. It makes me so mad. Remember we were sitting next to that old man who was like, "Give me the check." He was like, we were at Carrabba's. Oh my god. And this old man was like, "What is this on the check?" And then the waiter is like bending down. He's like, "Sir, he's like, give me a $10 bill." And I was like, why are you talking to him like this? And I was like,
the poor waiter too, he was so nice.
He was so nice. And he was like, "Right away, sir."
You could tell, but I feel like you could tell that inside he was like, "I fucking hate you."
He's like, if I weren't gonna get fired, I would fucking suplex your ass right now.
I'm at work right now. Because I used to feel that way at Panera when I used to work at Panera.
I do, but I guess it goes both ways because I also don't like when service people are rude to customers. I'm like, what did I just came
I didn't
to
ask you to work here.
I didn't. I just want a fucking panini. Can I get it? Is that okay?
Yeah, but that's so tough because it's like, I get it. If you're having a bad day, it's fine. But I didn't make you come to work.
But that's what I feel like I would be good at that. I'd be like, even though I'm mad, I'm gonna channel it into happiness for you. Like, I
feel like now I would do that, but definitely when I was younger and I again was working at Panera, I was not that girl. I mean, I was never rude to anyone by any means, but I definitely let my outside world come into work more so than I would now. Anyway, Anything else that makes your eyes roll?
You know, there's a giant list, but I'll stop it there.
Okay, if this is something that happens to me. If I'm angry already, I can think of like 1,010 things that bother me. But if I'm just like normal and I'm not feeling any type of aggression or anything,
I know what makes you
it's
mad.
so hard for me to think of anything.
I know what makes you mad. Do you remember how long we were in that line? It happened twice. One, we were ordering ice cream, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on? Why is it taking so long?" And then it happened again when we were ordering, and they were taking a super long time. You're like, "Why am I here?" You're like, "I could take my business elsewhere."
Wait, is that the time the last time we were there?
Burger King.
Oh my god, and let me tell you, I tried to go there again, that same Burger King.
Yeah, I told you not to.
And it was, again, the longest line of my life. I literally left the line because I was like, why? Okay. Okay. So my thing with the situation was, okay, we were in line for Burger King because we wanted to try the Impossible Burger, and it was all well and good, but the line was like an hour long, so I was already fucking annoyed.
But we didn't know it was going to be an hour. It just
we didn't know it was going to be an hour. It just was. And we were in line. I was already annoyed because it was taking 1,010 years. And I'm like, how long does it fucking take to cook a burger? The point of fast food is for it to be fast. That's the whole name. That's the whole premise of fast food. Anyway, so an hour later, we make it to the window to pay this guy for our order. Which, by the way, while we were ordering, he was not very nice. I didn't appreciate that. He was,
It was fine. 11. No, it wasn't. It was 9 p.m.
It was 9 p.m. Anyway, so we finally get to the window of the guy. I'm like, okay, we're fine. We're at the end. We've made it. This dude, I swear, and he was a manager.
He was.
He was a full-on manager. And so you know how sometimes when you go through a drive-thru, you'll be like paying and you can tell that like the person is like, they're getting my check and they're taking the next person's order and they're getting this drink behind them and they're
throwing ketchup at the next car.
And they're throwing the ketchup in the bag and they're multitasking. Yeah. They're really doing a good job of that. This full-on manager, nothing.
Standing in a circle, spinning, looking around.
He was just standing, looking around. I'm like, sir, you could be taking the next person's order. You could be getting my soda. You could be getting which I don't even like soda, but you made me buy soda so that I could get a combo. And, fucking...
And you were like,
anyway,
what is going on?
What is he doing?
I was like, calm down. Maybe he just is like, he's taking a break. You're like, I'm not paying him to take a break.
Exactly.
I was like, all right.
Again, that's me in my like ultimate annoyed phase. I like can't take anybody's shit. I'm like, really? Because that's not my problem. Anyway, so it annoys me when people are just inefficient. I guess maybe is the way to describe that. Oh, also, preteen couples who feel the need to like have sex with each other in line at amusement parks. Okay. Or anywhere, but I'm saying amusement parks because I was at I went to Hall of Scream at Busch Gardens last night, coincidentally, and we were in line for, I think it was Tigress, which by the way is the
scary
best. It was. I don't like roller coasters. They scare the shit out of me. I was having a full-on panic attack before, but best ride I've ever been on.
Was out of the seat did you come out of the seat when it went upside down? I was dangling.
I pushed this thing down so far I could feel my uterus screaming from how tight. It was screaming from how tight I had this.
No, that did not happen to me. I was loose. Sorry, go ahead.
But anyway, so we were in line for Tigress, and there was this little preteen couple in front of us. Which is like, I get it, be in love. I am just as romantic as the next person, but you do not need to be over here, tongues and mouths, grabbing asses, touching up on each other. Like, I don't need to see what happens in your bedroom. You know? Why do you even have a bedroom? Because you're 13. Like, what? My mother would slap me across the face. Anyway, not really. She's an amazing woman.
God,
but
I'm
saying,
shout out to Ceara.
I love Ceara.
Love you.
Love you, Mom. But anyway, so that always annoys the fuck out of me because I'm just like, okay, I get it. You love each other. Mm-hmm. You're very passionate. You have never had sex before, and you've never had sex. You're still virgins, and you just feel the angst building up in you. Which, listen, I've been there. Okay,
don't bring that to my Christian circle. I ain't never felt none of that. I'm also not religious. Just kidding.
Yeah, me neither. But that annoys me. So many things. People that say like stupid little words like lit and fam. Ooh, people that say bro.
People who say Gucci. Ooh.
I hate the word bro.
Ooh.
I don't know why I have such a hatred for this word. But like people are just like, bro, what's up, bro? Like, what is it? Come on, bro. Let's go over here, bro. I'm like, why can't you just? Why do you need the extra word?
Our friends and people who say bro, they're only giving instructions. Let's go over here. Let's hang out, bro.
I don't know. They're authoritative humans, I guess.
Wow. Maybe I should incorporate bro into my
There's a lot of other things now that I'm like
we do not have the time
in a mode.
Progressing.
Anyway, continue.
Next, if someone narrated your life, who would you want to be the narrator?
Kristen Bell. Absolutely. I love her. She is such. Well, first of all, her and Dax Shepard, one of the cutest couples ever, next to like Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, and Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds,
and the other Obama.
I guess. I literally. Anyway, those celebrity couples that you look at them and you're like, oh my god, they're really in love. Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard, I love them, but specifically Kristen Bell, she's just such like. Her persona, at least. I mean, we only see what she puts on social media and things like that, but her persona just seems to be so, like, cute and nice and, like, but she's still a businesswoman. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, the multifaceted people of, like, she's very sweet, but also, like, can give you some, like, if she's fucking pissed, she'll be pissed, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that kind of is similar to how I am. So I don't know. I think she could do a good. I think she could do a good job of capturing all my little
nuances and stuff. I'm trying to think, who would I want? If any of you say Morgan Freeman, I'm leaving.
If any of you comment Morgan Freeman, Ceara will personally.
I'm calling your mom.
I'm calling your mom.
Who do I like? I want somebody with a deep voice.
Somebody with a deep voice.
You know what? Change it. Scratch it. Okay. I want. Who's the guy with Terry Crews?
Terry Crews.
Yes.
Oh my god! Wait,
he's the one who does the peg popping.
The bald black guy. Yes,
I want him.
So
he's
fun.
So fun. I like him.
And he's so sweet. Do you know his whole backstory and everything about like the football and like getting bullied and all that shit? I cry. I believe so as well. And then his mother. Oh, I watched this thing. His mother was like abused by his father.
Oh yeah, that's why he got all ripped and he wanted to be able to fight and protect his mom.
Oh my god,
I love him.
He's another person who is so like you would look at him and not even.
He's also a designer, an interior designer.
What?
Yeah, he does designing for I don't know some home place, but he's an artist. He sketches it out and makes like chairs and things.
That's amazing. Love him. Some people only know him from Mean Girls, but look at all the things that this man does. Look at all the good he's bringing into the world. Oh, I love him too.
Next.
What word is a lot of fun to say?
All right, you already know. I'm also not one of those people who puts emphasis on words, like people who don't like the word moist. I like it. Yeah. It's fine. In fact, I like it more because people don't like it. But I like words that start with GR and have a P in it. So group, grape, gripe. I don't know. I just like those words.
I like saying weird words. Like flabbergasted. Like who? Like
onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia. Like,
which is a word about sounds. Boom. Clang. Crank.
Let me think of another one. I don't know. Just things that are weird, like quirky words.
I don't know any off the top of my head.
Me neither. This happens to me all the time.
Persnickety.
That's something like that. Yeah. Any of those weird words I think are really fun to say. I love... Okay, so for a time of my life, I was learning Portuguese. Which, another language that I can understand everything and cannot speak. Because it's very similar to Spanish.
How are their bakeries? You feel okay?
No. I feel better in Brazilian bakeries than I do in Spanish bakeries. When I was in Brazil, for the listeners, I took a trip to Brazil. Yeah. For not a summer. Why am I saying summer? For like the holiday season. It was summer in Brazil.
Yeah, it was summer.
But it was winter in the States. Okay. Because the seasons are flipped. Anyway, I went there and I was able to like order for myself. Like at that point I was pretty like well versed, I would say, but I was still learning. But, you know, being surrounded by people that don't know English and you kind of have to speak the other language, it really helps you, like, to learn, which is another side note. But anyway, I feel much better in Brazilian bakeries than I do Spanish. I can order for myself.
You
I
heard it
can
here
live my life.
first.
Pão de queijo, I love that. I probably botched the pronunciation, so sorry
I
for...
don't even know how to attempt it.
It's like a cheese bread. It's like the best bread on the face of the planet,
cool.
other than Cuban bread, which is...
Okay, calm down.
But anyway, we're just gonna jump past that. In Portuguese, the word for pineapple is abacaxi.
Abacaxi?
Abacaxi. And I just love saying that word.
That's fun.
So now you guys know how to say pineapple in Portuguese.
And then they're gonna say it wrong, and it's gonna be actually murder, and then they're gonna get arrested.
No, it's fine. The pronunciation of bread. This is kind of dirty, sorry, but the pronunciation of bread. So like the pão de queijo, like the front part, can, if you pronounce it wrong, it can sound like you're saying dick. Or like,
I mean, they're shaped the same.
The male
Phallic.
member. The male member.
The male member. No.
Anyway, so yeah, abacaxi is a really fun word to say.
We gotta speed round it.
Okay.
Okay, speed round. Where's your go-to restaurant?
Oh, any hibachi. Well, fuck. Before I was vegetarian, and I'm gonna say that a lot on this podcast. My go-to restaurants were anything hibachi related. Also any Cuban restaurant. My go-to. Again,
Do
a
we
lot
have
of
any
meat.
here in Tampa?
Yes, Colombia is a really good one.
I haven't been to any of them.
There's another one, I think. I'm blanking on the name. Also, any Brazilian steakhouse. If you haven't noticed, before I was vegetarian, I was an extreme carnivore. Again, before I was vegetarian. And I love Chili's. That's a pretty solid go-to. It's pretty plain, like pretty nothing like special, but it's like, I feel like I can always find something I'll want to eat there, you know? There's probably more, but I love food. Olive Garden. Ooh, pasta. Fuck me up with some pasta. Sorry,
Okay,
you go.
My answer, anything that has breakfast. I like Kiki's, freaking Denny's, IHOP, all of them.
But you don't like First Watch?
No, I like First Watch, but they're not my fave because I don't like that conceited vibe. Like, we have a pitcher of water.
We're a hipster.
And then I have to ask them for a straw, and I'm like, don't embarrass me. I just want to drink the water. You know you didn't wash the glass.
I didn't even bring my metal straw with me today.
Okay. I'm not bringing a metal straw. Next.
Something people do that pisses you off. We kind of already answered this with the eye rolling.
Yeah, we did.
Right?
I don't like when people are mean. I don't like
conceited people.
Conceited people?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
sense. Think they're like the shit. And I'm like, okay, maybe you are the shit, but you don't need to like rub it in my face.
Like, maybe you are.
Maybe you are.
Nice.
I don't know you well enough, but even if you are, you don't need to rub it in my fucking face.
Yeah, I have a lot of fucking pet peeves, guys. We're gonna get into them a lot later, I bet.
Yeah, a whole episode.
Next, what brand are you most loyal to? Easy for me. Do you know mine?
Samsung.
Oh, that's what language?
That's one that you told me one day.
Yeah, that is accurate. Apple haters.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Apple haters. No,
Apple people. You are
get
an
out.
Apple hater.
I'm an Apple hater.
Okay.
Bye.
What was your answer though?
My real answer is Burger King.
Yes, that's the immediate.
Right or die.
Okay. I don't know why did I think of Samsung first?
I don't know. I never say that one.
That's so stupid. Okay,
but that's
Burger
a good
King, 100%. You're a diehard.
For you, what's your? Yours is Apple.
Based on the products that I have, the brand I'm most loyal to is Apple because I have everything on it. I'm currently using AirPods. I'm currently using the MacBook Pro.
She's dressed like an Apple.
I have an Apple costume on.
She's got on Apple socks.
I have the iPhone 10. I'm not getting the 11. Sorry.
Oh, fake user.
Yeah, so Apple. But a close second is probably Tide.
Oh, okay. That's
only because, which is very random, but only because my mom has used Tide my entire existence. And I just don't think I will ever be able to use a different one. Like, there's not even a reason behind it. Classic advertising things.
Wait,
But
quick.
my mom's loyalty for Tide has made me loyal for Tide.
They're good. They're excellent.
They are. Listen, it's really good.
But that makes me think about, I said speed round, but real quick, I got a new dish soap that wasn't Dawn, and it's a noticeable difference. I have to keep putting more on. I'm like, I put a tiny dollop of Dawn, and I can wash my whole house.
Listen, they clean oil off of dust.
I know. Why didn't I do? And I get the small one. I got a big one of a different brand, who I will not name, Ajax, and it just wasn't the same. Anyway, moving on. Next.
What food do you crave most often?
Ice cream. We covered it.
Ice cream, fries,
burgers,
pasta. No. Scratch all of my fucking answers.
Okay.
The thing that I crave most often is Chinese food.
Accurate.
Chinese food or anything
cuisine.
Asian. 24/7.
Yeah, I don't know why you're like that. Why?
I love it so fucking much. I don't know.
Sometimes it's too much because it's very salty. Oh, that's why, because you like salt. I can't deal with that all the time. But for me, it's probably wings or burgers.
Next question. What is your favorite holiday movie?
Depends on the holiday. For Christmas, definitely The Grinch. Christmas. Why did I say Christmas again? I meant
Halloween.
Oh yeah, Halloween. We're in spooky season right now. Mine is not a movie, but actually, you know what? Monster House.
Okay, that one's kind of
I just like the art style.
I haven't watched that in so long.
It's kind of scary.
My favorite holiday movie, it's really hard for me to choose because I'm not one of those girls that like, oh my god, it's holiday season, I'm gonna watch this movie on repeat. Like, that's just not my life. But I obviously really love The Grinch. Grew up watching it.
But what will I wear?
Oh, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if this is a holiday movie. National Lampoon. All those movies.
Could be. I mean, they're not holiday.
I think they have a Christmas I think one of their movies is Christmas.
Yeah, they're like
National Lampoon's Christmas, something
extravaganza
like that.
Whatever.
I love those movies. That's like,
I haven't seen them in a long time.
Actually, I only discovered those movies recently because it was like a marathon on TV, and my family decided to like watch them all. So newfound favorite, but the Christmas version I think is one of my favorite.
What are the other holidays? I can't think of anything else. Christmas,
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
There's
movie
a whole bunch of fucking
movies
really about Valentine's
I like
Day.
That movie. Taylor Swift's in it.
I don't know if I like those movies that have like 50 popular people. I'm like, okay.
And they're all like connected somehow.
Yeah,
I love that. He's just not that into you. Is a really good one. Next, speed round. What topic could you spend?
This is not speed round.
What topic could you spend hours talking about? Fucking everything. Ice cream, food.
Every topic that we talk about on the podcast.
Our whole podcast.
For me, design, anything graphic design, anything art related, plants. I'm a plant mom. I have like 70 plants.
Music for me.
Music.
Speed round.
Fuck. I had another one in my head, and I'm like, you know when you're thinking and thinking, and then it's like, where the fuck did that go? Okay. I can't remember, so let's just move on.
Okay.
It's my turn. I'm sorry. What's the most physically painful thing you've ever experienced?
Physically
I have an immediate answer.
I fucking hate hospitals, and I refuse to go to them because I don't like them. But the one time that I've been since my birth, my mom took me because I was having extreme ear pain. Yeah. I have very sensitive hearing because I'm freaking blind, so I hear everything.
You really are blind, even with glasses.
So blind.
Even with glasses, she can't see
shit. It's propaganda. They make it stronger so that you can't see. I'm at a disadvantage. Anyway, but I was having ear pain. It's so bad that I had to call my mom while she was at work, which I never do. And she was like, fuck, she never does this. So she was like, all right, as soon as I get off work, because she was working night shift, 7 a.m., she's like, we're going to the hospital. I was like, ugh, do we really? She's like, do you want to? I was like, you're right. All right.
Do you want to die?
I was like, all right. So we go, and this doctor, he was like, taking his sweet ass time. I was like, sir, can you please help me? But meanwhile, there's probably people like bleeding out in the lobby, and I was like, oh, my ear. And he was like, all right, this is normally uncomfortable. And then like he makes me lay down on my side so that the ear that hurts is exposed to him. And then he takes what looked to me like, again, I'm blind. Maybe it wasn't what I thought. It looked like a freaking crowbar because it had like a bent tip at the end, and then like it was forked at the bottom. And he took the forked end and shoved it in my ear, and then just started pressing on it. And I was like, oh. And I think I made that noise exactly.
Yeah.
And then, like, I just felt a single tear because I was laying on my side, go from my eye and then over my nose, and I was like I was like, "I can't believe he just did that." And then, like, what ended up being wrong is he's like, "Alright, take these ear drops." I was like, "You shoved a pipe in my ear to give me liquid to put in my ear?"
Give me liquid.
I was so
Oh my
mad, and
god.
there was a lot of pain.
Okay, my most painful thing is having my IUD inserted.
Okay, I'm clenching. I gotta clench my body right now because I can't.
Literally, oh my god. Okay, so in my life, I've always been the NuvaRing birth control. Well, no, I started with the pill. It didn't really work out after a little bit, and then I started using NuvaRing. Wasn't on birth control for like 2 years, and now I'm back on birth control. And I decided to get the IUD, which she warned me it was gonna be
And you
painful.
still
Okay,
said
she
yes.
warned me, but she made me feel okay about it. Like, she made me feel comfortable, so I was like, okay, fuck it. I'll just get the IUD. And most painful. Okay, so I also have always been the girl that had the worst cramps. Like, I could not function during my period time because I couldn't move. Like, I couldn't get out of bed. I would cry, like, in the fetal position constantly. So that was kind of always my life. So I feel like I was kind of prepared for the pain because it was basically just the worst cramp. Because when they're putting it in, they have to go into your uterus. She, like, well, first of all, she has to measure your uterus first. So she, like, sticks a little measuring tool, I guess. I don't know what it looks like
Oh
even
my
because I
god.
refuse to look. But anyway, so the feeling is just the worst cramp. Like, you could cry, like, you could scream. It hurts so bad. And then the insertion of it
Oh my god.
also is, like, equally as bad, or if not worse, than the measuring. I felt nauseous.
Oh my god.
Also, it was like a really bad cramp, like I explained, and I felt nauseous, like I could throw up, and I was gonna cry. So it was like
Oh my
a lot of
god.
pain. And currently, so, and also after you get it inserted, not that any of you really want this information, but
It's free information. Take it.
after it gets inserted, you will still be experiencing cramps, and you'll also continue bleeding or get, like, spotting. So that's what the phase that I'm currently in right now. So I am in a constant state of cramps, and it's been almost a week since
Somebody
the
who
insertion.
isn't your child was in your uterus. That's disgusting
That's
to
wild.
think about.
Something is currently in my uterus that is
Oh
not
my god.
a
Moving
human
past it.
child.
If your vagina is not clenched, that's fine. Mine is.
What's your best example of fake it till you make it?
For me, all of my confidence that I have today. I don't know what happened. I was a kid and I was like, when people would bully me, they're like, I don't know, they didn't really bully me, but like they'd say mean things. They're like, your lips are dry, and I'm like, yeah, that's just how I live my life.
Yeah, that's just how my lips
Yeah,
are.
that's just how they are. My mom had it, my grandma had it, and
Uh-huh.
then it just turned into like that's just how I would react to all things that were negative, and then
Yeah.
I just became confident. I'm like, I am pretty cool. I'm great.
Yeah.
And then I
That's
I had to
awesome.
tone it down because I was a
Mhm.
little bit of a narcissist for a
Yeah,
hot second.
yeah.
But yeah, fake it till you make it.
For
Confidence.
me, anything design has been fake it till you make
Really?
it. Because even when I was first learning, I don't know, for people to give you a chance on you, like, for people to take a chance on you and be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna let you design this thing, whether it be a logo, whether it be whatever. Don't lie by any means. Like, don't tell them that you can do
Something you don't know how.
above the sun,
Yeah.
and, like, but something that you have experience in, like, let's say Illustrator. Like, you have some base experience in Illustrator. You might not know every single facet of it, but you can learn it on the job. So I feel like that's a lot of things that I have done, is committing to things that I felt capable of doing. I maybe didn't know every little part of it, but I felt like comfortable enough that I could say, yes, I will take this on. And then learning as I go. Like, that's kind of how I have all the experience that I have now, which I am by no means
You're good.
very
How
talented.
dare you?
I will never say that I am
How
a really
dare
good
you.
designer, but yeah, I would say that's kind of where I faked it till I made it, because I learned a lot on the job in a lot of cases. But yeah. Don't lie, people.
Don't
like,
lie.
don't.
Moral of the story: don't lie.
That's the worst thing. Is like saying you can do something if you
I can
truly
build a
can't.
rocket.
But if you feel comfortable enough, then do it and learn on the job, and then it'll give you more experience. Anyway,
that's great advice. What memory of yours feels real but is most likely false?
I have such a funny. Okay, do you want to go first?
No, you go.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
Oh my god, this is so stupid because I have a vivid memory of being attacked
Triggered
by a pit bull. Really? Okay, vivid. Like, it feels like it happened yesterday. It's currently in my brain right now. I'm thinking of it. So vivid, it's real. Okay? For me. Anyway. Never happened.
How do you know it didn't happen?
My mom told me it never happened. Because basically, okay, so this is my memory. My memory is that when I was in kindergarten, my school was like literally 2 feet away from my house. So we used to walk to my kindergarten. Like my class, whatever, in the morning. So I have a memory of me and my mom walking to my kindergarten class, and like a neighbor, some lady is walking in the opposite direction of us, like towards us. And she has a pit bull dog. I don't even know if this lady really exists. Like, I don't know if we really had a neighbor that had a pit bull. But anyway. So she's walking towards us with her pit bull, and I'm walking with my mom. And when I was younger, I used to have more of a fear of, like, bigger dogs. So I could feel myself being nervous that, like, this dog is coming my way. It had nothing to do with the fact that it was a pit bull, okay? So nobody come attack me for being against pit bulls.
Pit bulls are sweet.
But, yes,
he's also a great musician.
He's also a great musician. Shout out to all the Cubans. But, so, like, anyway, long story long, the pit bull is walking towards me, and out of nowhere, it, like, has this aggressive fit and, like, bites my leg. Like, attacks me. Just bites my leg, and I'm crying, and I'm bleeding, and my mom is freaking out, and all this stuff. It's a traumatic memory.
Well, yeah, for him, meanwhile, he had an IUD, and he was cramping.
But, man... oh my god. Anyway, so basically that's it. I have a memory of being attacked by this pit bull. And I was just sitting on this memory for my whole life, and I thought it was real. And then one day I brought it up to my mom. I'm like, hey, remember that time that I was attacked by a fucking pit bull? And she was like, what are you talking about?
Never once.
And I know she's right, because in my memory, she was with me. So it's not even like she could lie to me. Like
no,
she's like, that never fucking happened. So I'm like, I guess it was a dream, and it was so traumatic that it stayed in my memory.
You built it in your mind, and you're like,
I guess
it happened.
And I have nothing against it. Like, listen, I'm fine, but I don't currently have a fear of dogs.
I thought of mine while you were talking. I remembered when I was this was in preschool, and I remember it because I was singing in the choir, and we got on the risers. You know what risers are? Like, they're like built-in stairs that they wheel in.
I was in chorus for 4 years.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know.
I always forget, actually. But we were on the risers, and I was in the back. And the one thing they always tell you when you're performing, like, do not lock your knees because it's hot. You're under the lights, and we were very close to the lights.
Yeah.
So like, don't lock your knees because you will pass out. And I was so nervous about it. I was like, I'm probably locking my knees. This is it. I'm passing out. And I was like, I feel it. And I felt myself passing out, but I was I'm singing. I'm looking at my mom standing. I'm upright. I'm fine. But then I got off stage. I was like, did you see me pass out? She's like, you did not pass out. I was like, I think I locked my knees. My knees, they were locked. I fainted. You didn't see it? She's like, you did not faint. And I completely forgot about that until just now. I don't know, for some reason I thought I fainted. I did not. I was fine.
God. Fun fact, I have never fainted in my whole
life. Me either,
life.
but I don't have time for that.
I've been very close to fainting.
Really?
For example, actually, never mind.
After the IUD?
It left my brain.
Okay.
But very close.
I don't know. That never happened to me. And I forget that. Sometimes I'm like, oh, remember that time I fainted? I can't lock my knees. Never happened.
And for me, it's remember that time I got attacked by a bull? And everybody
but that could have happened.
The fuck are you talking
There's
about?
no way I would have fainted. I was hydrated. I was fine.
I was fine. I was okay.
Last
one. We have finally made it. I'm enjoying it. So don't take it like a bad way. What always cheers you up when you think about it?
I love this. When I think about it, What always cheers me up?
I love your, like, I love this.
Because I have so many. But all of them are, like, with my siblings. Like, I have two, actually. So one time, the reason I love Burger King so much is because we would always go there for our birthdays when I was a kid. And so one time I was at Burger King, and I don't know, I currently have this deep obsession with boys. So I'm like, if they're near me, I'm like, are they looking? Like, are they looking at me? I don't know. But we were at Burger King, and there were, like, these cool guys my age who came in without their mom. I was there with my mom. I was there with my mom and my siblings. Not cool. And I was just sitting there, and I was just thinking and looking at the table, and my sister's like, "What's wrong with you?" But by the way, I'm the older sibling, so they're two younger children. Like, what's wrong with you? I'm like,
what is happening?
I was like, nobody likes me. And then, out of nowhere, my sister's like, what? And my brother, who is, like, at the time, like, 7 years old, goes, I like you. The top of his lungs. He's like, I like you. And that's like an inside joke we have in my family. And anytime I think about, I don't know, it happens randomly. I'm like, I like you. And it makes me laugh. That, and then also, my sister told me the story. She was in band, and she was, like, in a rush, like, about to go to class, and she couldn't find her keys, and she's like, I gotta find my keys. And she's, like, talking to herself, and she's, like, looking for them, like, in the band room and, like, other people. And she's like, she could hear somebody saying something around her, but, like, it's, like, chaos, like, kids going to class.
Yeah.
And she's like, she just looks up, and there's a kid standing in front of her holding her keys going, looking for these. Oh my God. She was like, he's just this quiet kid. He's super nice. He wasn't creepy, but she was just like, why are you doing that? It was just weird.
Why are you doing
And so whenever I lose my keys, I'm like, looking for these, and it makes me laugh.
Mine are so cliche and stupid, but not stupid. I'm not self-deprecating. It's not stupid. It's kind of stupid. Every single time I think about a baby smiling,
I feel that.
It cheers me up. Like, and okay, just for the listeners, I want to be a mother so deeply.
Don't we all?
Don't we all? Not everybody does, okay?
Oh, you're
not
right.
everybody wants to add. I know it's really bad for the environment to have children. I understand.
But they're just so cute.
But anyway, I want to be a mother, like, really badly, and just every single time I see a baby, I look at a baby, like, I think about a baby smiling, because it's just such purity in the happiness, you know? It's like,
yes,
they're just happy because they are happy. And Instagram keeps feeding me these posts
of
babies.
They're not feeding you. You looked it up once, and now they have the algorithm. They will only show you that.
Just like they keep showing me freaking engagements, and that makes me happy too. Engagement video, thinking about engagement videos, and like,
all I can think about is the stress of the planning.
For me, it's just like, because I think about if these people are truly in love. I just, because some people are fucked up, but if these people...
all of the people are fucked up.
If these people are truly in love, just me thinking about them, like, spending the rest of their lives, like, being so happy and in love makes me happy.
Well, now I like it. Great.
Exactly. You're welcome. Great. I am the epitome of romance, like, hopeless romance.
I could not be further from that.
What else makes you happy?
Stop sending me those people getting married.
I'm sorry. I have to share it. I send it to my mom, too. You're not alone?
I should send a group chat with her and be like, did she send it to you, too?
Did she send it to you, too? And also puppies, which is, again, the most cliche thing ever, but I really want dogs. And another thing that
got you a dog. Is that not enough? I feel like
I love him.
A New York husband. I got you a dog. Is that not enough?
I got you a dog. What else do you want?
What else do you need?
What else do you want? Also, I'm from Jersey, and how do I not have an accent? Anyway. That... such a random side note.
But still.
That concludes
Talk about speed distraction. The time got away from us.
It's fine, though.
It's so fun,
we have a lot to talk about. What did I tell you?
Wow.
I was like, we are amazing.
Wow. Well, that was this, you guys. Double distraction.
Yeah, that was the end of our speed dating. We hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because I just like talking shit about nothing.
I just want to be on Ellen. So make it happen.
I just want to be... Ceara wants to be on Ellen,
no,
so
I take it back. I just like when people ask me questions.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because it's fun.
It is so fun.
Because it's like, gives you something to talk about. You also learn about the other person.
Yes.
You also...
I want to learn about you people. Answer some questions.
Yeah, okay.
If you tell me mint chocolate chip is your favorite ice cream, exit.
Exit. Let's choose 3 of them that they can...
Yes. All right, go ahead. You pick one. I'll find one.
Okay, well, obviously we're going to do... What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Mm-hmm.
What... Let's do what always cheers you up when you think about it, because I like that question.
Okay, and I'm gonna pick a negative one. I'm gonna go, what makes you roll your eyes every time you hear it?
Love it. Okay, those are probably... Okay.
Yeah, answer those questions.
So, in our comments or wherever you're listening to us, answer one of those 3 questions, and we will do our best to try and answer all you guys. Do our best, like we have like
I know,
a billion
it's
and 3.
floodgates.
Like we have a billion listeners.
And also, good.
We'll respond to you guys, because I think it'll be really cool to see what you say. Also, don't forget to document where you are, what you're doing while you're listening to us, and we'll share you on our Instagram stories.
And honestly, until next time.
I'm not used to like broadcasting our things. So follow us on Instagram.
Yes, Instagram.
At double.distraction.
Double.distraction.pod.
Yes, on Instagram. And share us around, if you like our podcast, if you'd like to. We'd really appreciate it. And we hope you guys come back.
Yes. Have an excellent day, week, evening. Have all of the excellencies.
Have all of the excellencies today.
All of them.
All of them. And we'll see you on our next episode. We're having a spooky podcast.
Yes.
So if you are a lover of Halloween and all things spooky,
you better come back, Jack.
Okay. Bye,
That's
guys.
it. We're out.